All right, today is April 9th. We're going to check and hopefully add another deep box. This bucket is empty. All right, let's start on the outside and work our way across. Hopefully we have some good drone comb out here. There's a little bit of drone comb. This side's drawn pretty good. It's got nectar, pollen. It's a good resource frame.
They sound louder this week.
I'm expecting there to be a whole lot more bees this week because there was a lot of capped brood last week, which we should have bees emerging, so the population should be quite a bit more. They're drawing this one out a little bit. This side they've drawn out pretty good. I see eggs on this one. A little bit of capped honey or nectar at the top. So I see a few eggs on that one. Look out, buddy.
Watch your
That
fingers.
frame is heavy. I see eggs in this one. I see larvae. There's a lot of capped over brood. I see some eggs in this one. Some, quite a bit more capped over brood. I see eggs in the bottom of this one. Some more capped over brood. Eggs in the bottom of this one. Again, more capped over brood.
Some waggle dances going on.
Don't see anything in that big old cell right there. A lot of bees. A lot of bees. Eggs in this one. Some capped over brood on the right side over here. Bee bread at the top. More eggs right in the middle.
That big empty space in there. What's going on there?
Where?
That big looks like it's empty.
Right in here?
Yeah.
There's eggs,
Are there eggs
in the
there?
bottom of that. There's some small larvae here.
Why do you have to take that off?
I don't think you have to take it off. I just do. I don't know if it hurts, helps. A lot of bee bread in this one. Some capped over brood. This one has eggs on it. You can see this one here, Bill. See the big bubbles that's on the bottom?
Yeah.
I believe those are drone brood. The male bees.
Yep.
Got some over here.
Seems like there are a lot more bees this time than last
Mm-hmm.
time.
Definitely.
I didn't see it last week though, so it's been 2 weeks for me.
Oh no, it definitely is. If it's not more bees, they're louder than they were last week.
That flame is good and heavy. Let's put this back down here for a second.
Watch your left hand, you got bees on you.
Alright, let's try this again. Look out, ladies. This frame is heavy. There's a lot of capped over brood on this side. I see eggs, different stages of larva. A good sheet of capped over brood on this side. That pattern looks really good. This one wasn't quite as heavy, but they're drawing it out. There are eggs in different stages of larvae on this frame. This side they're drawing it out. This has got a lot of nectar in it. This side they haven't started drawing it out yet. Well, a little bit on the top. This frame they're drawing out. I see eggs in this one. I see some eggs in this one. I'm going to say 1, 2, get off me. I'd say probably 2 to 3 frames that hadn't been drawn out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and add a second deep to this one and see if I can get them drawing this out. I didn't find the queen, but I've seen eggs, I've seen signs of the queen, so I'm not going to worry about trying to find the queen. Now let's put this back together. There's a lot of bees in this box. All right, I'm gonna go grab another deep. I'm just gonna add another deep to this box. I want to say I had about 6 frames of eggs and different stages of larva and kept over brood. There was probably 2.5 to 3 frames that were not fully drawn, but all the frames had some comb drawn out on them. So we're just going to add this. Grab that spray bottle that's on the.
And you don't have to put anything in between the boxes.
No. No, we're wanting the bees to come up and start drawing comb up here, and we're wanting the queen to come up and start laying up here. When I first started doing this, they told me to spray a little bit of sugar water on here to draw the bees up, or just to kind of help them.
They're already coming up.
To want to draw the comb out. See, and they're already starting to come up. I don't know if I need to do this. I don't think it will hurt. I'm spraying on 1-to-1 sugar water. That should stimulate them to want to draw comb out. It should also stimulate them to come up. And then I'll stick a 1-gallon bucket feeder of 1-to-1 on the top. And hopefully that'll help them draw these combs out. All right, let's center these combs. And start putting this thing back together. All right, that was the alpha hive. Let's get into the Bravo hive. That gallon bucket is also empty.
Changed your feeders last week, right?
Every week so far.
They've taken a gallon of 1-to-1 sugar water every week so far since I've put them on March 11th. Over here on the sun side so we can see what I'm doing. Look out, ladies. This one is full of nectar. Drawn out pretty good. They've started drawing this side out. They haven't drawn anything on that one yet. They haven't drawn on this side yet. They've drawn this side out pretty good.
You want to spray that side while it's in your hand?
Not yet. Not yet. Hopefully they will get to it. Okay, so that's one good frame of, or half of a side drawn out.
I wonder what
It's a heavy one.
they're doing where they're hanging off each other at the bottom.
Okay, I see larvae in this one. Different stages of larvae in this one. This side's capped over pretty well. See the bubbles down here, Bill?
Mm-hmm. Think those are drones?
I think those are drones. This drone brood. There's the queen right here.
There she is.
See some larvae on this side. Looks like well, they just had a dead bee here on the top that they just dragged to the bottom.
Train station.
That's right, for any of you Yellowstone fans out there. These bees work hard. They get everybody to the train station.
Come on now. Make some room for the worker.
If you follow Freedom Apiaries and you look at our second video, there's a really good example of that.
I see see larvae in this one. Different stages of larva. I see some eggs. Good frame of kept over brood. Different stages of larva.
That one looks really heavy.
Bee bread at the top. I see larvae all through here, different stages of larva. Good frame of kept over brood. Some drone brood over here. I don't think I'm at the level of working without gloves yet. That's for sure. Nectar and pollen. This side hadn't been drawn out yet.
Do you think this box is crowded enough to put another one on?
Not quite sure. There's a lot of bees in it, that's for sure. I don't know. This one's being drawn out on both sides. Pollen and nectar. That one's drawn out.
Oh, wow. That's a
On
big
both
difference.
sides.
From last week, that's a big difference.
Both these hives look enormous compared to when I saw them 2 weeks ago.
So what do I have? 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 frames. That's half or partially drawn out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5 good frames of brood. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add that second deep and just see if I'm adding it too soon. I hope not. Hopefully I'm not adding it too soon. You asked earlier about the bees. When you pick the frame up, they're linked together and hanging. One of the videos I was watching, I think they call that festooning. I think I'm going to spray this one frame down because there's again, I don't know if that helps any.
But it can't hurt.
All right, center this bottom box, these frames in this bottom box. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add another box.
So here in Tennessee, it's Dogwood Arts Festival time, and the dogwoods are blooming everywhere. They're so beautiful. So my question is, do the bees care about that? Do they get anything out of the dogwood blooms? Or do you know?
I don't know. I can just assume that they do. All right, let's put the inner cover back on. All right, that's the Bravo hives. If you have any suggestions that I can use to make my bees healthier and happier, let me know. Thank you.
Happy Easter, everyone.